I'm Daniel Boland, Director of the Small Enterprises Association of Australia and New Zealand, and we're very excited by the innovation statement of the current federal government. What we've noticed is that it's covering as many possible combinations of opportunity, especially for small business owners, to get involved and want to grow. We look forward to this, aspirational aspect, that this drives the economy from an old economy that was dependent and highly dependent on the resource sector. What we've now noticed is that entrepreneurial spirit, what we would call more enterprising with existing small enterprises, is really the way we would like to see those existing owners get all the maximum advantages. Because they've got a track record, what we notice is those owners know the pitfalls. They know where to find the right sources of finance, where the new young players need what we call mentoring services, they need incubators, they need a lot of other support services that the federal government is also looking at. So the two-part strategy of looking after both the startups and the existing enterprises makes good policy and good practical sense. The studies that CEANZ has undertaken over the last 30 years in particular, and even our current studies with the Australian Chamber of Commerce and Industry, are indicated that we are languishing right near the bottom, especially in manufacturing, to commercialise all of this creativity and all of the university research that we have been funded to implement. The reason is that our industry connections in the global economy have been put into silos where the academics feel that they have not been able to gauge correctly in many institutions into the right areas of expertise that the economy or future economy needs to increase revenue in particular. We may be very good in various areas of social research or education sector or even exporting tourism, but when it comes to manufacturing, when we can't even manufacture a fridge any longer or a car, what happens to the next generation for those who want to work with their hands? What we've noticed is that there are two types of technologies. There's low-tech and there's high-tech. Now, high-tech in the digital space, the Silicon Valleys of this world, are a very rare breed of person. And to just have a policy based on going to replicating the Silicon Valley model is really poor policy. Fortunately, the current research and papers that have been released, working papers, are suggesting regional incubators. One, say, for instance, in Perth or in Newcastle or in Geelong. What we're noticing is those regions have already intellectual capital and creativity at a local level. And that gives a unique point of difference to engage with the Asia-Pacific community in particular, and let alone in the global economy. One particular government incentive that I think is very important, and we think is very important, is the use of commercialisation grants in collaboration with the university for R&D development, in collaboration with a specialist industry expert, in collaboration with an overseas supply chain or a customer. That is fairly traditional in thinking, but the benefit is that the government is willing to offer a 50-50 partnership. That means that they're going to see an outcome, especially if you engage in networks, in industry associations that support your innovation, your creativity, especially from your employees. There's even education for innovation in the workplace to make sure your younger workers get benefits to participate in the future of their own employment. They're not just staff members any longer. This, for us, is a real turnaround in thinking that the future of employment includes your staff, your management team, let alone collaborators in a global footprint. The reason we're very excited by attending this industry-specific event is that it changes the paradigm of where you as a small enterprise owner can participate with already global players. What that means is that you don't have to reinvent the wheel of trying to find who's going to be my next customer or partner, because what I've noticed is the hardest thing is going to the right, correct networking event. More importantly, these strategic partnerships can be linked to collaboration with even government grants and responsibilities to having a customer or a supply chain to make this a seamless process. Where else could you do that except in one event that looks at advanced manufacturing in particular to make sure that you are part of the game and not a bystander or a spectator. We encourage you to be part of the Automation Innovation Summit. This is your opportunity to meet global players from around the world, in particular from Germany, to make sure that you are part of the conversation as well and your thoughts are made known so that you can share in the future of your own business, let alone the future of others around the world.